Welcome to episode number 15 of Island by Film. Today I'm going to be shooting a little bit of instant film. I'm on the road traveling, and right now I'm actually on a BC ferry right now, heading from Vancouver Island to the mainland. Traveling for business this weekend, and I knew that I wouldn't be in a place where I could develop film, but I still wanted to get my analog fix on. And so today I'm going to be shooting a camera called the Instax Wide 300. This is a camera I've had for a couple of years. Today I'm going to be shooting monochrome film, or their black and white film, and I'm actually going to shoot most of it on the ferry here. I'm going to see if I can get some minimalist type lines on the ferry. There's lots of lines and shadows and reflections and so forth. So I hope you enjoy this episode. I'll check back with you in a little bit. Welcome back, everyone. So after a long day of travel on the road, I'm in the hotel room, as you can probably see from behind me. And I just want to do a quick recap wrap-up of my experience shooting the Instax Wide 300. So first thing that you'll notice with this camera is it's quite large. This thing's the size of my head. Viewfinder's on the outside right here, which is a pretty decent position, so you're not buried right in the center of the camera. It's quite nice that way. I do find, though, that the viewfinder isn't tremendously accurate. It's tough to get a square level image, as you can see from some of the shots that I'm going to show you in a little bit here. Second thing that I like that is unique about this camera is you do have two focus modes. So when you turn the camera on itself, you can see the lens protrudes out a fair bit. And you have two focus modes. You have 3 meters to infinity and 0.9 meters to 3 meters. So as long as you can judge your distances okay, I mean, this is pretty much like the old zone focus cameras of the past, but it's not like Instax film is incredibly sharp to begin with. It's decent, don't get me wrong, but it's not like you would experience on medium format film. Although here's an example of just how wide the frame is in comparison right here. So it's no wonder that this camera has to be so large, because look at the size of the negative. Essentially, this is really a negative. So for that reason, I quite like it. Very, very simple to operate. You turn the camera on with this little switch right here, and then that's your shutter button. On the back of the camera, you have a simple frame counter. Every Instax wide pack of film, in fact, all Instax films are 12 frames total, so you have 12 shots. Literally, I banged off those 12 shots in probably about 20 minutes, including some of the plus some of the B-roll that I took. So, maybe a half an hour shooting outside, because it was quite cold out on the deck of the ferry today. You'll see as well, too, that you do have the option of turning the flash on and off, and then you can lighten and darken the image with this button right here. So that is, it does have some control. I know some of the lomography cameras are quite a bit more advanced in terms of the kind of control that they offer, and but price-wise, they are considerably more as well. So honestly, it's not a bad option. I really like this camera. Now, when I compare the black and white film, or the monochrome film they call it, versus the color film, I think I prefer the color film. The color film, I think, renders a little bit sharper. I don't know why I feel that way. I mean, I guess you can judge when you take a look at some of the photographs, but overall, I think the sharpness of the color film is just a tad bit better. And, sharpness does matter. To me, it does anyway. I mean, to me, of course, a well-composed moment is obviously the most important thing. But if you're going to take photographs, it's nice to have a photograph that's technically strong as well, too. So, but overall, when you compare the Instax type film to the Polaroid film, I much prefer the Instax film. It's like a modern improvement over the old Polaroid films back in the day. And even the current Polaroid Originals films, although I've only shot a couple of packs, they're decent, but not at the same level I think the Instax films are. So, not to mention the fact that this wide format is absolutely awesome. It's just so much fun to shoot. It's so much fun to fire off a frame, tuck it in your pocket while it develops. And then what I did today was I tucked every frame in my pocket and then I looked at them all later before I scanned them. So I hope you like some of these photographs that I shot. I'll do a quick recap of them. And thanks again for watching this episode of Island by Film.